The stars are right, and that means it's time for another episode of The Whisper in Darkness. I'm your host, the Manfromleng. Thank you very much for joining me today. On this episode, I am thrilled to bring you my third and final spoiler from the Scarlet Keys Investigator Expansion that will be released later this fall. Special thanks to Fantasy Flight Games for providing spoilers to all of the content creators out there. If you like this type of content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the patrons of this channel for their tremendous support. The Arkham Horror LCG community is amazing, and these people have gone above and beyond to bring you content like these player card reviews. If you'd like to support the channel's goals and see your name on this list, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. Special thanks to Cole Monroe-Chitty for the amazing art that graces the channel, Nicole Fiscus for the new Whisper in Darkness logo that I use for the podcast, and Nate Lost in Time and Space for the intro as well as the overlays. Thank you very much. I couldn't do it without you. Without further ado, let's get started. Today's spoiler is Astral Mirror. It's a 3-cost mystic asset that costs 2 experience points. It has a combat skill icon and the ritual trait. For each of your arcane slots that are empty, you have 1 additional hand slot. You may take an additional action during your turn, which can only be used to play an asset into one of your hand slots. Astral Mirror takes up a body slot. Additional hand slots are very difficult to come by in this game, and if you do happen to have a card that grants you an extra one, it is usually limited to holding certain types of assets, such as weapons or tomes. Astral Mirror breaks that mold, granting you up to 2 additional hand slots as long as your arcane slots are empty. Judging by the spoilers for cards such as Ceremonial Sickle, Dowsing Rod, and Hallowed Chalice, it sounds like Amina Zidane, the Mystic Investigator in the Scarlet Keys Investigator Expansion, is going to have her hands full in this campaign, so having an Astral Mirror to carry some of that load would certainly come in handy. Astral Mirror seems like it's tailor-made to Amina's deck, but it costs only 2 experience points, which makes it an exciting option for other Mystics and off-class Mystics too. For example, there are a couple of popular Sister Mary decks out there that play a lot of assets that require hand slots, including the tabooed 35 Winchester, and few spells, making Astral Mirror a more flexible alternative to Bandolier in those builds. Speaking of the tabooed Winchester, Diana Stanley and Jim Culver are fans too. Astral Mirror gives those investigators the slots they need to wield it, their signature assets, and any other toys they want to bring along for a campaign. If you want to get really janky, Dexter Drake or Safina Rousseau could sell Astral Mirror on the black market to whichever investigator needs the extra hand slots the most. Theoretically, you could set up a Guardian with 2 lightning guns in play at the same time if you can cobble together the resources for Astral Mirror and the guns, and I don't think you could do that before, which would be a sight to behold. The great thing about Astral Mirror is that it gives you not only extra hand slots, but also additional actions to fill them. Talk about a win-win. If you're able to get Astral Mirror down on the table on turn 1, you are going to enjoy a huge tempo boost as you use those additional actions to set up your assets fast. Better yet, Amina can play Astral Mirror for free using her ability, while other investigators may play it for free with Uncage the Soul, thanks to the card's ritual trait. There isn't much competition for the body slot. The only mystic card that requires it are either level of the Robes of Endless Night, and if you're playing Astral Mirror, then you probably have no interest in playing the robes anyway. Astral Mirror is going to make a very exciting addition to the game, and I can't wait to get my hands on it when the Scarlet Keys Investigator Expansion is released later this fall. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about Astral Mirror. How are you going to use it in your decks? Thanks again to Fantasy Flight Games for the spoiler, and stay tuned for more great Arkham Horror LCG content. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromleng@gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter at manfromleng. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your elder sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.